I am not the typical domesticated kind of woman. I say without any shame that I hate housework, any form of it, and I see it as a mere waste of my intellect and my time. Why spend time doing what I can pay a paltry amount to other people who will appreciate it so much? This is my view about domestic chores. I am Lade, and I grew up in a family of 6. My parents, my 3 siblings, and I. 2 boys and 2 girls. We never really stayed alone when I was growing up. My paternal grandmother lived with us for as long as I can remember. My mom was a civil servant who worked with the central bank, while my dad worked for a large industrial plant that manufactured pesticides, fertilizers, and heavy-duty chemicals for other industries. My grandmother was the one who was with us most of the time, and she was very strict on us. Each of us had chores, and she ensured that we not only did them, but did them very well. I got the lash of her tongue often because I either tried to find a way to evade my work or I applied the minimum effort, and so I found myself having to do them over and over until I got them right. I was always looking for a shortcut. In retrospect, I realized that it was a reflection of my poor judgment. I should have just done them well once and for all. But me, as a young girl, thought it was a great idea to rebel passively by actively showing my displeasure for the work. My grandmother was a tough nut to crack. As I never got tired of showing my attitude, she never got tired of ensuring that I completed my tasks in spite of that attitude. I was the 3rd child, and all my siblings, including my younger brother, would have finished whatever was assigned to them long before me. I was always in trouble. The one thing that I was able to escape throughout my time living with my parents was cooking. It was not a task assigned to any of us as children. And by the time I grew old enough to be asked to cook, I was so bad at it that after a few trials, no one asked me to do it. Even that came with a lot of tongue lashing and punishment, mainly not being allowed to eat the meal I did not participate in making, because I would not even go near the kitchen to assist the person cooking. But I did not care about that either, because I preferred to eat fast foods and I bought them once I could. When I left home for the university, I knew I would not go back. No way was I going back to that kind of life. And that was exactly what I did. After completing my National Youth Service, I got an apartment with a friend of mine. Thankfully, I got a job not too long after that, and so things panned out well for me. My mom would have preferred that I stayed at home, but I was adamant about it. Once I started living on my own, I completely stopped all forms of domestic chores: cleaning, cooking, washing, ironing, everything. My friend and I hired someone to come in once a week to clean, wash, and iron. My friend cooked, but I mostly ordered food, and things continued that way until I got married. When I was dating Femi, my husband, I let him know from the beginning that I hated housework, but I don't think he fully understood until we got married. He knew I would not cook, but he was a little surprised that I would not do anything at all. I got the cleaning lady I had used when I was single to come and work in our home once a week, and immediately I got pregnant, about a year after we were married, I hired a full-time domestic help. When the baby came, I added a live-in nanny so that the help would not be overwhelmed with work. Femi has learned to live with me like that, although he often jokes that I am a high maintenance woman who could not have married a poor man. And I retort by saying that's exactly why I did not marry one. And I also work hard to pay my bills. He once suggested the idea of relocating abroad, but I flatly refused because I know I cannot cope. It's okay to visit, but even when we go on vacations with our 2 kids, we take the nanny along. Each time we go strengthens my resolve not to move because I don't know how people like me can cope over there. I guess there are not too many people like me though. Like I said before, it's not that I'm lazy. I just see housework as a bunch of menial tasks that require so little intellect and take so much time. I would rather pay someone who needs the job and use my brain and my time for more productive things. Are you like Lade, or have you met anyone like that before? Please share your thoughts about domestic chores in the comment section. Remember to subscribe to my channel and to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos.